Hello, and welcome to another edition of Extra Connections here on JLJ Media. I'm JLJ of JLJ Media, James Lott Jr., and welcome to the show. I love talking music. Many of you know I'm a musician myself, and I have all kinds of stuff going on in the music world. I have a single out today, too, called Esperanza. You can go ahead and check that out wherever you get your music. Wherever you get it, just get it. But it's not about me today. It's about a great duo who put out a great song that we're going to talk about today. I was going to make sure the chat room is open. If anybody in the chat room comes in, you can come on in. The water is fine. But they go, okay, so I originally had another group on called Black Emoji. They were on last week. I'm also part of a group called Chog. So these are very interesting names, correct? Well, this one beats both of them. They call themselves Plastic Rhino. We're going to find out what the hell that means. And they are a duo. There's a new song called Euphoria Now. I'll play a snippet of that in a sec. And they are together. You have the same last name, so I'm assuming they're together. Jack and Atara Glazer and dog.
Yay! And dog.
What's your dog's name? What's your dog's name?
This is Indio.
Hi, Indio. Hi, baby. He's a good baby. Look at daddy. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. We're gonna make people love you guys more.
He has to be a part of everything we do. So, you know.
That's how they are. That's how they are. He's a love bug.
Third wheel. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I'm gonna play part of the song. I'm gonna tell. Okay, so I'm gonna play different parts of the song throughout the broadcast, but I love this opening because I love drums.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in. I was in. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to come in. Come on, let's do it. There we go. There we go. A little further.
Trapped in the years of so long, shattered pieces lay on the floor.
I love it.
Broken wings and guns for sale, capillary skin graph shades of blue, pretty eyes drowned in deep dark core.
So we're going to hear a little more of that a little later. Jump in on a piece of that later. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. It gives me a nice little retro vibe, like the late 90s, early 2000s, where I was all into everything that was going on there. And that's why I like it. It's like rock is not dead, folks. It's not dead. Right. It's here.
It's not dead.
So congratulations, first of all, doing the
Thank
single,
you.
birthday single. We were joking before the show. It was giving birth. I always say when I put out a new anything, it's like giving birth. You're presenting it to the world to say, look at it and judge it. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So how are you feeling right now? Yeah. Now, how are you feeling?
Feeling like about 10 pounds was lifted off of us. Yes. I mean, we wrote this song back in the beginning of COVID 2020. It feels like a very long time ago, but you know, and it was obviously we were in a very different mind frame then too. This song is very dark and very emotional, and like actually probably like the rawest song I ever wrote. And I was coming from like a very lost place when I wrote it. So when I listen to it now, it's always funny to go back and be like, wow, I was really there. I was in that moment, but I'm not there anymore, which is fine. I can still relate though. And you'll always, it's like a moment in time when you write a song. That's your moment right there. That was that mark right there. So now that mark is forever there with this song.
I always say they're little mini time capsules.
Yes.
I write my own songs too. So whenever I write, whatever I'm feeling at that time, you're right. You listen to it and you go, wow, okay. Sounds a little angsty right then. Okay. Or, oh, I was really not that happy right then, was I? You know, it's like you just kind of go, you can chuckle about it. It's like writing a diary. It's like writing a journal. These are little audio journals, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to hear about the process of writing a song. So how do you guys, how does it start? It's like, were you writing lyrics? Were you writing, how does it start?
Basically, we go through old phone demos and the voice recording.
Oh yes,
I have tons and tons of riffs and little hook ideas. This particular song is a hook idea we've had for I want to say at least a few years, and we decided to dig it up, start vibing on it and see if we can make something out of it. And sure enough, it's just the right time to pull it out and do something with it.
Yeah, this song was one of those moments where I wrote the lyrics in like 10 minutes because it just poured right out. Sometimes it can take months and you sit on it and change. And then sometimes you just have like everything pour out of you and you look back and you're like, whoa, okay, that's it. That's the song. That's the melody. That's how it's going.
Folks, that's not normal. I'll just tell you that. That's not always normal. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you, it's not. I've written songs in 15, 20 minutes before, not all the time. It's always like you said, a piece of a song here, a melody there, a riff there, and then kind of, you start sewing it together. But I've only happened a few times where I sat down from beginning to end, the whole thing was there within less than a half an hour. That's not common.
No. It's rare. It's a rarity. And we went into the studio with our producer, who we've worked with for a very long time, Tom Chandler, and he kind of like put the pieces together, and fit in the extra little stuff, put the drums down, figured out guitar stuff, bass stuff with us, and then that was the quickest song we wrote out of this whole upcoming album.
Yeah, the album's coming out in January, right, of 2022.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you have it. So you digging through the voice recordings. I have those too, and whatever things you have written down. You was like, okay, well, I think this piece and this piece, and you wrote the lyrics. Like, okay, I'm this together. So then, what part does Jack play? What part do you play, Tara? What do you guys play in that and putting a song together?
Jack is all guitar, bass.
Okay.
And I am all vocals, lyrics, and then we have other people come in and help us, drums, whatever other instruments we need. And then when we play live, we usually get some friends to come join us on stage. But we're a two-piece. Do it the two-piece way.
Yeah. I want to ask you, Tara, so did the vocal style choose you, or did you choose it? Because I love it. I love the whole style of the song.
I mean, I love hard rock. I love heaviness. I love raspiness. I love screaming. I love pretty much hurting my vocals.
So were you a Linkin Park fan?
Oh my God, yes,
Chester.
I really was actually. And when that first album came out, I was a huge fan.
I'm sure you were.
Actually, his voice is one of the voices that kind of made me rethink about singing in general, because he was such a great singer, and then he would have so much power in his screams, and they were so melodic, and you're like, whoa, you can do that with screaming. It's not just right. You can actually sing it. Oh, okay. And so absolutely, Chester was a big influence on me for that.
Yeah, very, very singers can sing scream song. I mean, it's like I always think of him. Some Nine Inch Nails, they have some where Trent gets in there. Some Prince. I'm wearing a Prince shirt actually, but some Prince stuff. He did some screams too in some of his songs. It's like it's not easy to do. I mean, because screaming is screaming. I mean, but to actually make it sound musical, not always an easy thing to do. Are you a fan of Evanescence? Speaking of that too, of female Amy Lee. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Another one too. Their first album too.
All that stuff, all that early 2000s new metal that came out, I was in it doing it. Goth Kid, like the whole 9 yards.
Yes. I'm like Paramore, like all those people. They're all great. Okay, so you are the musician, Jack. So you are guitar, bass, getting those riffs together. How do melodies come to you? You say you put them. I mean, all of a sudden, are you dreaming them? Are you walking down the street? I mean, in the bathroom, like what's going on? How do you get a melody?
It comes from all sorts of different places. I'll be at work one day and I'll come up with like a little melody hook. I'll even yell it into the voice recorder, so I look like a lunatic and everyone around me. And then I'll chart it out later on and put some more melody to it or a chord progression behind it. And it could come in any sort of way like that.
And I like that.
He's definitely the technical side. He does all the computer stuff, so he'll put like a drum track down and like be like, hey, look, I put this ditty together. What do you think? Think of some song ideas over it. So that's all him.
How, because you are a duo, is it democratic? Is it mostly 50-50? I mean, how does that, because I know with larger groups, there's all kinds of stuff going on, but there's just two of you. So I'm thinking does it just kind of flow usually smoothly?
For the most part, it does.
Yeah.
So I know I do mostly like guitar, bass, writing and whatnot, and she's mainly vocal. But there's a lot of songs where she comes up with the whole guitar parts herself. Wow. And there's sometimes where she has a vocal line, I'm like, you know what, maybe you should do this instead. And yeah, I'd say it's democratic for the most part.
I sing guitar parts to him. You go wee 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 wee.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's so funny. I like that. I know because I mean, I don't play guitar. I play piano and some drums, but I don't play guitar. But I'm telling my producers, it sounds like this, and they're like, okay, James, and we'll try to decipher that. I was gonna pick up a guitar and just play it for you. I mean, I can't do that. So I know how it is, Atara. I know how it is. You're trying to convey the message.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So this song, you said you were saying you were kind of at a dark place. Last year was tough for everyone, right? We were all going through a shared experience of lockdowns and shutdowns and close downs and everything downs. And I wrote to you like you. That kept me sane was writing my feelings because I was just like. I don't know about you guys, but it almost felt like it was never going to end. Like it just felt like, I mean, I'm not saying we're out of it now, but I'm saying that it feels a little more hopeful than it did back then, kind of. Like it's so if you don't mind talking about that, because I'm curious about because with songwriting, I'm curious about where the inspiration comes. What led to this song? If you want to share.
So Jack works for a funeral home. He's a crematory operator. And so, there were a lot of deaths. There was a lot of death coming through his door. And this was back to the beginning where you just didn't know how people were catching it. So every day was like a risk of him coming home and bringing it home because we weren't, no one knew anything. So he would get home, he would have to like take off all his clothes, jump right in the shower, like constantly cleaning the house. And I was stuck at home because I work in the entertainment industry and that had all shut down. So
sure did.
My day to day was this becoming the same, and the fear that was rising, not just from within our own home, but everywhere you turned, friends, family, news, media. I mean, it's a lot, and it starts to weigh heavy. And I remember being on the couch. I mean, I think a lot of people actually went on antidepressants, me being one of them. Didn't work out for me, but I'm all about natural. One of the side effects, believe it or not, of this antidepressant was suicidal thoughts, and I was having a lot of them, and I was like, Jesus Christ, and I never have had them before, and I was like, I remember just spinning this downward spiral into this abyss of who am I? What am I? I am no longer Atara. I am becoming something else completely, and I can't find myself anymore. And that's what the whole song is about, pretty much. Losing yourself, enjoy the fall, and then me wishing, take me back to it all. I'll see you again, my unholy friend. Kind of me talking to my inner demons, being like, hello, but I don't really want you here. So that's the chorus.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Let me see. I'll play a little more of that song for a version of this. I like the loud, soft thing. Love that. Yeah, that part, I like that part a lot. It reminds me of the Pixies, Nirvana. I did a song like that too, where we did loud, soft, a little part that's kind of soft. I like that because I feel like we're swimming in your demons, basically, aren't we? We're swimming in them.
Yeah.
I get it, girl. I get it. I get you guys. I get it. That's why I like that. Do you ever censor yourself when it comes to writing? Because you say, no, I'm writing whatever comes down and then just see what happens.
And that's honestly all these songs was. I didn't really edit myself. I let the madness flow, if you will. Mm-hmm. Just letting completely random sentences and words come out and be like, does that make sense? Yeah, It's music. It makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I love it because that's what music's about. That's what art's about. Is things actually express, not centuries on expressing. Because that can be a little scary sometimes to dig into that, even for art. And like you said, like live with it for a little bit and kind of go, okay, is that good for me to do this? Like, will it work? Will it overpower me? I mean, it's a little scary. People who are not artists don't understand that, but us artists, we get that, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, it's same with actors. Like you become what you're writing, and you're like, whoa, I really am this person right now. Okay, I should, eventually maybe get out of this, but right now I'm gonna stay in it, and I'm gonna be here and see what else comes out of it, because some good stuff coming from it.
Right. I'm sorry. I have to go to the crematorium for a second. So, Jack, I used to clean mortuaries. So
okay.
I live near the Inglewood Cemetery, actually, where I live here in LA. So I live. Yeah. So I used to actually clean it. This was like 30 years ago when I was, trying to make money. And I remember for me, we did it at nighttime. That's when they were closed. And I remember thinking, I know exactly. So thinking, why am I talking quiet? They're dead. I mean, like there's people like dead. And I'm like, just don't say anything. Like, well, they can't hear me, or they can hear me. I don't know what's going on. But actually, it was a cool job. Actually, I didn't mind it so much. I was just cleaning, it was kind of, and I felt reverence to people who were in there, and I felt like these are human lives that were lost. That someone's mourning their loss, and we get that. For you last year, you were working during that pandemic, when it was just like, I had friends who were, nurses and doctors, and they're going through the same thing too. How'd you keep your sanity through that whole time? And thank you for your service also for all that. But how did you keep your sanity?
Much appreciated, sir. I think my sanity's gone.
Okay, nice knowing you. It's great knowing you, and Lott. Yes.
Which one of me are you talking to?
I like this. I like that. I do. I like that. Okay, I like that. But how'd you get through it? How'd you get through it somehow?
Well, like Atara, to kind of piggyback off of what she was saying earlier, about feeling frustrated and whatnot. During the pandemic, during the height of it, we were dealing with, a lot of bodies coming through essentially, and a lot of the frustration, which I try to channel through the record by using like heavier tunings and whatnot and faster paced songs to kind of express my anger, because I don't sing at all, so I got to express it through my instrument. A lot of my frustration came from all the doubters that continue to doubt these days, saying, "Oh, the numbers are falsified." I'm like, meanwhile, I'm literally breaking my back hauling body bags hours on end.
See,
so it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, that's my friends who are doctors say the same thing. They're like, come over here to this hospital. I'll show you what's going on. Like I'm out in back then they were in tents. My friends was out in a tent because the hospital was full. And it's actually happening.
Oh yeah.
It's actually happening again. I have friends who she broke her foot and had to go to 3 different clinics because they were full.
Oh no.
Just couldn't go in. She's like, it's happening for real. It's not a drill, folks. It's for real. But we're glad you somehow have the arts to get through it on some level, because that's a great way to express it. How long have you been playing guitar and bass?
I've been playing guitar and bass. Let me think about it. I want to say a little over 10 years. No, more than 10 years. It would have been 15 years. I was kind of a late bloomer when it came to music. I started playing music beginning out of high school. Okay. I'm 32 now. Okay. Trying to do quick math in my head.
Oh, yeah, well, you guys are babies. I love it. Babies. Yes. So
yeah, I started playing it early high school, and then started playing it seriously just after high school. I've known Atara for about 10 years now. So we've been doing this project for just under 10 years, I want to say.
Oh, yes.
We started off with an acoustic duo.
Oh, acoustic. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started off just doing covers at local bars and whatnot, and we started writing our own original material, started recording it, and then play it live with a full band.
And now you're in the right time of technology. You can release things on your own labels and smaller. I mean, now it's just much easier. How long have you guys known each other?
Absolutely.
We met in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Atara, how long have you been singing? Since you were a kid? Since you were...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I started taking it seriously and doing vocal lessons when I was 13.
Okay.
I asked for them, but my parents said that I was singing and dancing since I could. I mean, I always had MTV on. That's what raised me.
When they played music. Oh, they played.
Yes, when they played, and it was just music videos. That's all I watched.
I know.
All day long.
Me too, girl. Me too. Like, dang it! Back when they played music videos, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fine. And who are some of your influences? Singer.
For singers, I mean, Chester's definitely a big one. I really love Marina Brink of In This Moment. I think she does some amazing stuff. I try to channel her a lot. And my favorite band of all time is Alice in Chains.
No, Atara, I would tell you something. I saw them live years ago, but I love their dual harmony thing, the dual voice thing. The thing is, they were so underrated in the grunge movement, I think, compared to the other bands. And what's funny about Alice in Chains, folks, a little chart history for you. They had more #1 and top 10 albums than any of the other groups, even Nirvana and Pearl Jam. But they were big. I mean, they have some known songs, but somehow they didn't get the same as those two or Soundgarden got. Like they didn't get the same. They're known, but I feel like they should be bigger. So it's fun. I'm so glad you said I love Jerry Cantrell. Yeah.
They were just too dark for people.
That's probably what it was.
Matter,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I love them.
Yeah, they're good though. Jerry and yeah, they were great. They were so good. I love all their albums. I love them. Saw them in concert, loved it. So it was really good. So how do you protect your voice? Because I know for me, there's times I don't talk. There's times I'm doing other things and honey sticks and this and the air and it's just kind of great. So how do you protect your voice?
I mean, for me, it's all about the warm up. I gotta warm it up properly, and then I can sing for hours. I mean, you don't want to go more than 4 hours. I've done that before on nights, probably and stuff like that. For me, the most important thing is the warm up, and it's annoying, but
it's helpful.
It really is the matter of a great singing voice that night, or just that you're pushing and you're not quite getting the stuff. You know what I mean? So
yes, I do know what you mean. Actually, yes, I do. It's as a host and as a singer, I totally know what you mean. The warm-ups are very necessary, folks. Yeah. They're very necessary. They will protect you later. Trust me.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. When you guys are you recording at home, or are you actually? I mean, these days are you at a studio? Like, what is it for you guys? How's that happening?
We go to our producer Tom Chandler. We go to his home studio.
Okay.
He lives not too far from here, so we usually demo everything here at home.
Okay.
Usually on the computer, like with Logic or whatever we have.
Yeah.
And then we'll lay it down for realsies in the studio.
But because as she said, like last year, everything shut down. It was like everything. Yeah. There was no studio to be found anywhere for a long time because they just weren't sure what was going on. And I wasn't sure we were going to a studio at that time anyway.
Mm-hmm. We didn't get into the studio and recorded until December of 2020.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's right. That makes sense. Completely. They froze for a second. This is live TV. They froze. Come back. This is what happens. At least they froze on a nice picture. Is she back? There you are.
There you are.
That's what I said. You froze as a nice picture, though. It's kind of like you were posing. I was like, okay, they're like posing. Like,
you were posing too.
See? It was like this weird. I was like, ready. I'm like, yeah, ready. I love it. This is live TV. I love it. So tell us about the name. Okay, stands out. I love it. Like, why not? Plastic Rhino, why not? But what does that actually mean?
That literally what you said. Why not? Just kind of we're putting random words together, and Plastic Rhino happened, and it was like, okay, I don't hate it.
You Google it; it's not taken by another band.
That too.
Oh, the one thing we had to fight though on YouTube when we first started posting videos at all. It would immediately recommend rhinoplasty surgery videos.
Yeah.
a nose job surgery videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Recommend.
That's
We
hilarious.
put enough content up there to where it's not recommending that anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily.
We got it down the list now.
That is hilarious. It's like, listen to our music and get your nose did. This is what you think. They're all related now. And then now he's done. Okay, he's like that's it.
Dog's done. Yeah.
Dog's like, okay, I'm done with the interview. It's just too long. So the album, you're putting it together. About how many songs you have done? What's it shaping up to be so far as you're in the process?
We have 9 songs.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Good.
It's actually like no song sounds alike, which is kind of what we've always done. Plastic Rhino, we like to kind of spice things up and keep things interesting, so you're not getting bored of the album. And we took a really long hiatus actually from the last time we released music, which was back in 2015. Besides releasing one Christmas cover single back in 2017,
Christmas
for fun holiday. We kind of took a really long break, and we're kind of done with this band actually. And then pandemic hit, and the music started coming back. So I had a lot to say. A lot of years had passed. There's a lot to say. So
yeah, I did a Christmas song too. So there's just a gift keeps on giving. Christmas comes every year. It's like it's an evergreen song. The song just comes back every year. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah,
it plays. It's Christmas.
Never goes.
We should have more. We should have more Christmas. It never goes out of style. We should have more Christmas songs. More Christmas songs.
Yeah.
When people ask you, okay, so Plastic Rhino, what do you classify your music? So what do each of you classify your music?
That's everyone asks that question. I could never come up with an answer that I'm absolutely happy with.
Alternative hard rock is what I usually say.
Usually covers the bases.
Yeah. And is there a definition that bugs the shit out of you? You're just like, no, it's not that. Can anybody say anything like it sounds that's kind of like I said, is there any or no? Are you fine? Then call what you want.
Paramore. I would get that comparison a lot, and I'm like, really? I don't hear it. I don't see it, but
you're like, I'm not Haley Williams.
Take that opinion away.
Yeah, I'm not Brick by Boring Brick. Yeah. I'm not that song. I mean, you're like, I'm not that. We're not that.
No.
Yeah, we could, or just any band where there's a female vocalist singing about like happy things and whatnot. And I'm like, if you listen to any of her choruses, they're all nothing but happy.
I don't write happy songs.
Yeah.
I realize that.
Who wants happy songs? Who wants a happy song? Come on.
It's hard to write a happy song.
Actually, it is. No, it really is hard to write a happy song. A lot of my best songs were I was angry. A lot of my best songs.
Yeah.
Either a breakup or somebody ghosting me or something. I wrote some good songs after that. I was like, okay. Some great songs. After that. I'm ready. It's all the torture and the angst. That makes great music. Tortured artists. We do.
Yes, tortured artists. Not all of us can be friends.
Right. Exactly. Not at all. I just think I'm so excited for you guys because I can't hear the album. Songs, any indication of, like you said, all the songs sound different. Then it's gonna be one of those kind of albums you're just gonna put on and be like, these songs doing the next. I love this. I can't wait to hear it. And I mean, January will be here before you know it. I mean, it's already almost October, so to speak. So I mean, like, it will be here before you know it. How do you balance this with the rest of your lives? Is it you're in entertainment way? You're doing dead people. I mean, so how are you guys even like balancing this with the what's going on with you guys?
Lack of sleep.
You take it one day at a time.
That's not exactly, but I believe both of those. Yes, that's partially what it is. Yes, lack of sleep.
I'm a firm believer in like instilling self accountability and whatnot. So I like to give myself deadlines. If I don't have the deadlines, I don't get it done. Mm-hmm. So when we're like, we're telling ourselves when we want to release the album, we're saying January now, and that's what's going to be. That's what we're aiming for.
No, I like that. Most people's like, I have a friend of mine gets always says, James, because you always get on the calendar. Once it's on the calendar, it's real.
That's right.
Seriously, you do. Your body goes like, I got to work towards that date. Once it's on the calendar, I like that, Jack. I agree with that completely.
Yes.
And start telling people too, because when they expect it around January and it doesn't come out in January, then you look like kind of an ass.
Yes, exactly.
And being an independent musician, you're accountable for yourself. No one is there to be like, hey, we have these deadlines for you. It's you have to set them. It's your life. It's you're in control. So
you know, and I always say that people they want new music. They do. But seriously, people are looking for new everything these days, and they find ways to be out of this fighting that we're going through in this country and everywhere. They want something to listen to. They want something to read. They want something to watch. I mean, I think that's why I think the arts are going to be really big right now, because they want that escape. They need it, or something to relate to. They want to hear something they can relate to it. So I think it's your duty to put out your music. They need to hear it. It's here for people. You need to hear it.
Yes, and that goes for all the artists out there. Put your art out there. Don't be afraid. I know it's terrifying. It's absolute all day long. I've been sweating. Like,
I know.
Like there's just been this anxiousness, right? Because you're like, well, it's out. Okay, we built up so much hype. Like, here it is. God, I really hope we didn't like fall short. And people were just like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
you have a video out too. You have a video out too. I should mention on YouTube. So you go to YouTube. I mean, like, so it's like putting that out too. It's like only if one person watches it, what's gonna like? You always think the worst, of course, right? You always think, well, that's why watching go, this sucks. You know, they put thumbs down. You know, that's what you always think of first.
Yeah, but you know what? We did it. We put it out there. It's there now for the world to chew up, spit out, or love. It's the world's choice.
I mean, we don't have any kids, but this is what I imagine, like sending your kids the first day of school. Like, will they make friends? Will they be kidnapped?
Yes.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. They could be ostracized and cast out. Exactly. They could take over everything. Who knows? But I think for you guys especially, I think it's a great example of completion. That you had a goal, you did something, you started it, and you completed it, and you put it out. You did follow through, and I think that's a great example for any new artist out there, or any artist period who's like thinking, should I try? Should I get back into it? Should I do it? Do it. Do it. Yeah. I mean, like, come on, just do it. You'll be so much happier. And again, this is where you are now. So you're listening where you're now. And another year later, you'll be somewhere else. A year later, you'll be somewhere else. So it's good to have these little markers along the way called songs. And art's very important. Support the arts, people. Support the arts. Music is something I just think we really don't talk about it enough. Art really does help in so many ways and other things. It's been proven. It's great for our sanity. It's great for unity. It's great for community. Just music. I mean, good old music. Just come on, folks. A good song could do a lot for a lot of people. Scam. I just think it's really can. We can.
Good for your mental health.
Good for your mental health. Yeah. Even though it's a song about mental health on some level, but it's good for mental health. They can relate to it. Yeah. You're not alone. That's what it is. You're not alone. That kind of thing. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being on the show. You guys are great. I'm gonna follow you guys when the album comes out. You have to come back on the show, and we'll discuss each song. And in the album, we're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna discuss the whole thing. And I'm gonna play it, and discuss it, and we're gonna talk about the album when it comes out and get you guys out there. Any live dates? I mean, things are starting to open up a little bit here and there. I don't know what's going on for you guys. Anything coming up?
Probably definitely January of next year when the album comes out is when we'll start to do the live stuff. We may do like a recording here or there, like a live recording, taping type of thing along the way. So we'll let you know. But follow us on Instagram, Plastic Rhino Band.com, Facebook. We're on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that. I have to follow you. I'm on TikTok too, but I'm following you guys. TikTok is crazy. I'm a TikTok star apparently. I don't know. I did a few videos.
Yay!
Dumb. But no, it's fun. You can go down the rabbit hole on TikTok. Actually, that's what's so crazy. It's something else. But I have to make sure I follow you guys on there. I follow you on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. But I have to follow you on TikTok. See what you guys are talking about on there. It's true. I forgot where are you guys based? I forgot to ask you that.
LA.
Yeah, LA. So they're out there in LA. So go follow them. Not Rhinoplasty, folks. Plastic Rhino Band. Euphoria Now is the single and the video out now. Where you, like I said, my song, where you can find your music. Go out there, go to Spotify. That's a good place to find everything for sure, and check that out. And check them out, please, and rate it, whatever, save it, download it, tell what you think, share with you what you think with that, and let them know that you're liking their music. I want to thank them for being on the show, of course, Jack and Atara. And I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. Just sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms and on TikTok. We just said it earlier on TikTok. Go ahead and follow there. And my music's on everything. You can get everywhere also. So support indie musicians and indie music. There's a lot of great music out there that you may not know about that's beyond the charts. And they're putting it out seriously every day. And another little tip, like when you're on Spotify or somewhere else, they say, you like this, you may like this, listen to it. Take a listen to it. You may like it and discover someone totally new to you that you would have no idea about. So check that out. Music is